Hello, hello. Welcome to the slide. I know many of you uh, maybe want to sculpt an entire character, but sometimes software has many buttons and shortcuts and commands, so anatomy sheets, and you think that there is no way to finish it, but today we are going to change that. Let's take a concept this that you are looking, and we are going to sculpt it from zero to hero using this style. Um, so this is like an experiment for you. You are going to have a good time, I guess, today. Let me review something here first. If sometime you you have been stuck in a project or the mesh give you a little bit of fear, give me a fire on the chat, and if you're not subscribed yet, so subscribe to the channel. That is going to help you to not miss other live streams. So we are going to start by creating a blockout. I start with the sphere. I like to deactivate this. That's going to give me a more clean cleaner workspace. So our character has this head that is almost spherical. Let's activate, very important, this symmetry. And next, so you are going to see these 2 points. You see, that means you have the symmetry on this view. So be careful with that. I'm going to make some little changes. I mean, his head is mostly spherical, but it has a little bit of deformations, and we need to, I mean, this is our front view, so I'm going to go to the side view to give I mean this shape where the nose is going in the mouth going to be a little bit projected to the front. Not exactly a little, is more than a little, but I think you understand what I'm saying. So at this point could be good. Let me bring this. That is going to be like the jaw. Here are going to be the eyes. Those are big eyes, so let me change the matte cap. I like this matte cap. Right here. I think it's a better, gives better shadow. So now it's time to remesh it with R. And I move my mouse to give the amount of mesh that I think is correct. And now I smooth it with Shift, holding Shift. You can just click and drag a little bit and click again. Now this part, the front of the face is less thick. At this point, we can already use maybe this crease sharp. This is very strong, and this crease polish that is going to give you a subtle line. And yes, so we draw our mouth, and I'm going to go to object mode and Shift A to create another sphere. I'm going to activate this transparency toggle X-ray. Yes, but I'm going to go here and make it 1. That is to see the geometry through the character. It has a little nose. This is a little nose. Also activate this symmetry. His nose is little. I don't know if that little, yes, I think that's real little nose. Let me see. Okay, right here. Now with this we can, this is the draw brush, and holding Control we're going to make the eye socket. And let's go again to object mode, Shift A, UV sphere. Let's scale it. Let's place it in an edit mode. That's important because that's going to allow us to have the gizmo in the middle. And now we can apply or add a mirror modifier, and we are going to be able to have our eyes symmetrized and in a good position. Let's bring it a little bit down. I'm going to add a subdivision modifier. This is to see it in a smoother way. And with this crease polish, I like to start giving a better shape to the eyes, but also I can use this. I usually use inflate, not this, but this is also useful. I'm going to use this. And this is going to allows us to bring some better shape to our character. Maybe if I bring this eyes a little bit out, that's okay. You always have to go back and forward, replacing things, polishing, and all that. For example, at this point, I see that the head, the face on my character is in a lower position, a bit lower down. So I replaced everything. Let's also give a better position to the mouth. And the nose and all this part. A little bit more of cheekbone. Perfect. I'm going to redefine the mouth. Let's redefine the mouth like this. Let's make this. You think that it's like the lip, the lower lip. That is a little bit notorious. And yes, that's pretty good. Now I'm going to use this just to give a better eyes, but also from this, I mean from bottom and top view, I'm going to give a better shape for the front part of the face. I mean the mouth, let's say. That's cool. That's nice. And with this, I'm going to define this, the eyelids, Now to define like the bevel, maybe, I don't know, of the eyelids, and that I use this crease polish, but holding control. So you have to play with this. So that's okay. Okay, it's kind of okay. Going to bring it a little bit higher up. I think the shape of the head could improve a little bit. Let's improve it. I'm going to bring this part of the face a little bit backwards. Let's send it like this. From here. So now, I mean, we're like refining, but refining the overall shape. That is very important, because when you have a good general shape, usually the details and other things are going to fit very well and very easy. All right, I think we already have our face, and now I'm going to create another sphere for the teeth. Let's scale it from this side. Turn, rotate it a little bit on Z axis. On Z axis. Also, let's give a mirror modifier. Should be even tinier. And with this move brush, let's give a better shape. Those are even tinier. So now we have, yeah. We have our face. Oh, I'm going to save this experiment. Okay. Now let's make those horns, or I don't know exactly what those are. This is like a kind of a gecko. Also, I'm going to use another sphere. I mean, my workflow is based on spheres, but to maybe for you that, I mean, for your education, for your knowledge, we can make it with not a plane, but we create a plane and Control R to divide it. And now I'm going to invert the selection with Control I, and then we are going to delete those edges, so it is going to be just one edge. On the side view, we are going to manipulate this, and we are going to give it a skin modifier and also a subdivision modifier and also another subdivision modifier. And let's select our edge and subdivide it, but from here. That's going to give us this control point, and we're going to place it. With Control A, we can choose or select a vertex and then make it thicker. Control A, right? That's cool. This should be a little bit shorter. That's okay, that's good, that's nice. Probably a little bit thinner. And now we have to create another of this, but this time we're going to mirror it. I'm going to select this method of selection or transfer pivot point, right? From active element. So this is going to be my active element, and I rotate it. Let's move it backwards, and let's let's move and scale. Let's give another. Let's create another of this, but I'm going to make it thinner, like this. Let's see from side view. It's okay. And to send it a little bit to the front. Oh, that's okay. At this point, we can give it more. Give them more mesh. From here, from this that is below the skin, because this above the skin modifier, what allows us to smooth but the curvature of our elements. So let's continue. Don't forget to subscribe if you feel this content is being helpful for you, and give a like. That helped me to bring you better content every time. I'm trying to explain all my tools, all the tools that I use, because I know that's useful. I didn't used to do that, but now I'm trying to do that. Let's continue. We're going to make the body now. So again, in object mode, we're going to create another sphere. I said we were going to create the block-out, but I didn't. This is kind of bubble cloud, but not too much of bubble cloud. I mean, the way I work, usually I start with the head. I give some detail to the head. Maybe something that I have to improve, but until now I haven't seen the need, the necessity of doing that. All right. Now we can also have take this little horn, duplicate it with Shift D, and make the tail. To choose this vertex and Control A to make it thicker. Also this and this, and make it thinner. We have now our tail. Beautiful tail. I hope you agree with me. That is a beautiful tail. All right. Let's give it a better shape here. So I'm going to give it more mesh. Control R and then R. I mean, no, with R and then Shift R, right? Shift R, I forgot. Oh yeah, no, Control R. Oops. First R to give you the density, and then Control R to apply to our model. I'm going to use these things that we have here and duplicate it to make already the arms. More like here. I'm going to make all this thicker. Going to duplicate this to make the forearm thicker. Let me see where can I place this. Let's make this thin. Maybe if I mark the root here on this, maybe that's going to help me here. Not that much, but okay. That's not bigger of a problem. I'm going to duplicate that to subdivide this and make it thicker like this. That's good. I'm going to make it thinner here. You have to constantly look at your reference to see what is better for you. This is a work of observation. One of the main abilities you need for art in general. Let's paint it. I want to paint it already. Make it more fun. It's going to be like a violet, but dark violet. Give it a little bit more light. That's right. Now the nose, like magenta maybe. Not sure. Make it lighter. All right. Now let's make the fingers. Fingers are more of this. You can also use spheres, but where I'm approaching that we have this already made. Let's play with the size, the thickness, all that. That's important. So we all right. Now duplicate this. Also duplicate this. And let's move it here. They should be a little bit bigger. I think this also should be maybe bigger or larger. I think I'm going to apply all these modifiers with Control A, except for this and this. I made this because that is going to allows me to play with the shape of the arms here. Also can give this a better mesh to play with this. Okay, let's bring this a little bit more here, kind of here. Now let's duplicate again to make the last finger. All right. Maybe this should be. This should be. Thicker and shorter. Shorter. Okay. Now I think I'm going to use a sphere here. It's kind of like this. Let's rotate it, facing a little bit outside. Now again, a mirror modifier. Should be, I don't know. I think this tail, sorry for the working over thing, but this tail is okay to paint it, to apply all its modifiers and paint it. And let's continue with our legs. How many time is this live? 37 minutes, huh? It's okay. I go faster than before. I become faster. That's cool. Done. The mirror, no. Also this, apply this, and let's leave the mirror also. Okay, this too. This and this. And we bring our arm a little bit, this rotation. All right. Now I'm going to paint it. Let's paint it. Also the fingers. What else? What more else? Now, let's duplicate this. I'm going to separate it for now. And with the move brush, I'm going to give it, but I'm not sure if I want those legs that large. Okay. I'm going to extract the feet from here. At this point, you should know how to remesh. How to remesh. So I'm not going to be worried about that. I'm going to use this crease to define in a better way its fit. Do 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 do. With the move brush, we make a better placement of our food. I need this to be inflated. Oh, that's why I use my inflation tool. Well, let's make it kind of planar here. What was that? All right. What I see is that my head is very big. Very, very big. So my head is tiny is what I wanted to say. Let's symmetrize this. That's cool. That's okay. What? I don't know what is happening. All right. All right. All right. Mm-hmm. 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 And let's remesh this. I don't know. I'm not completely happy with the size of the legs. They should be different, but let's leave it like that. Let's leave them like that. Do 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 do. Let's crease this. More crease and crease. Kind of okay. Let's bring this. And let's even. Mm-hmm. I'm going to apply the mirror and the mirror also to this. And I'm already going to mix those meshes. What is this? Once they are mixed, we are going to remesh. Now they are remesh, and I'm going to paint all this. Damn, boy. I'm also going to apply that mirror modifier also to this. That is going to allows me to make this head bigger, because I need it to be bigger. I like it's bigger than the original, I mean than the reference, but I like. Now I am happy with this shape. with the general shape. He looks kind of looks more childish, and I think that's good for this character. That childish look. If it is okay if he has his arm long on arms. Oh, Zoe. Do 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 do. Let's make this thinner. Like that. That's okay. That's good. I like that. Could you follow this tutorial? I mean, this point, this is only your shape work. You have to be, if you have good shapes, you need to train your shapes every day, so that way you are going to master that ability. How you can train that shape thing? You every day has to see references from artists you like, shapes that you find interesting, and try to mimic, to copy those interesting shapes, and then apply some of them to your creations, mostly to your original characters. That's going to be key for your improvement. So now I'm going to, I like this base shape. I'm going to duplicate it, and here I'm going to mix the shapes I think I need. And to apply the symmetry to this, I select all this, I leave the body for the last part. We can make it 3 here, maybe 2. Let's make it 2. Remesh. Let's go, baby. Oh, also this. Let's mix it. I think we can make this character a printable model. I like it enough. I'm going to mark a little bit this back part. That's nice. With this, maybe I'm going to give it a better shape. Yes. The inflation brush is good for that. Now let's mix this. Go to sculpt mode. And remesh. Let's remesh, 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 and remesh. That's nice. Let's paint. At this point, we can paint. Paint, 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 and paint. But first, let's keep the shine touch here. Damn it, what happened? All right. Salud, mi amor. Salud, mi amor. All right, now with this color, we're going to paint the parts that need to be painted. Sorry for that. Nothing. Painting and painting. Nothing. Let me know if you like this process of painting. I mean, when you paint, everything comes to life. Comes to life. And like a lot. You paint. Let's make her more white. Like that. And I think it's too white. Yes, maybe this. That's okay. Need to change the music. This is cool. But I need to make another. And like this. Oops, sorry. 1 hour. Well, we achieve our goal. I'm going to paint this here. Oh, let me. Oh. Not much. This is seven most cloud. That's cool. That's a good experiment, right? Well, that's it for today. I hope you liked this session. Don't forget to subscribe, to give a like, and to stay tuned for the next sculpting session, speed sculpting session. 1 hour of sculpting that I hope you enjoy. Bye. Have a good night. Thank you for being here.